Hi everybody, it's Kathy. I'm here to share with you a project for Gina's Designs. And I used a couple elements of Gina's on this project. However, the ones that I actually are here to really showcase are the cardstock doily set. And so this is what I created using the doily. And that's the tag. And this is a vintage romance tag, and I'm going to just adjust my lighting here. I think it's a little too bright. Okay. Anyway, the doily sets, she has several of them, and this is one of them. Isn't that pretty? And they come in 3 different sizes. That's the small one. And then here's one that has a really pretty flowers kind of etched in it. Isn't that pretty? And then this is the large one of that same one I just showed you. And here's the small one. Here, oops, sorry, too close. Here's another one, which is very delicate. I just love these doilies. And then here's one. And they come in 3 sizes, I believe. And here's the big one for that one. And here's the big one of one I showed a little bit earlier. Anyway, those are the doilies that I have. They were a lot of fun, and this is what I used them for in this project. Is I used the medium-sized one as the background. Okay, and then the other element I used of Gina's is the Eiffel Tower. And how I made these tags was I used regular manila tags, and then I used it's a mask that I used. And I started off first with the mask I used first was this one, and these are by the Crafters Workshop. And so what I did was, pardon me, I used I put this down, and then I used gesso, and I just kind of put that over it, then removed the mask, and it came up with that shape. Once it was dried, what I went and did was then I colored it with aged mahogany. Oops, let's use, I have some other tags to show you that's going to be in a swap, but anyway, I used, but on this one, instead of using white gesso, I used black. So it gave it a whole different effect than it did on the white ones. But once you let the gesso dry, then I use the Tim Holtz Distress inks, and then I used and that's what got the card this color. But on these, to get the white back out, because it had the mahogany on it, all I used was a baby wipe, and it just comes right off. It's really kind of a slick technique. So once I got all the coloring of the aged mahogany on the tag, I went around it with black soot all the way around the tag. But then on the rest of them, I used black gesso all the way around the edge of the tag as well. So it just made it a little bit darker. However, on this one, I didn't go all the way around it, and I used this little pretty trim then at the bottom of the picture. This picture I took off of the internet. Well, I love the internet. But I printed it out on sticky back canvas, and it just really shows up really nice. And this piece of paper here, that paper towel was this is where I place it on the table. And then I put the doily underneath the photo, and then put the trim just at the bottom of the photo. And then before I did put the pictures on there, what I did was I took another mask, same company, and I used white gesso on this one. And so you see different, I kind of covered up several of them, but there's some clock faces overlaid on top of the first mask. Pardon me. Then with the Eiffel Tower, what I did was I ran it through the embossing folder, and then I colored it with some metallic gold. Pardon me, I've been sick. And then I added some bling, just in 3 areas of the Eiffel Tower. And then at the bottom I added some lace and some, I think, Chinese braided trim as well. Sorry, I was showing it to the floor. And then I added 2 I Am Roses flowers above that. Now in this tag I also added I Am Roses to the top. And that was the tag that I created. Now the next one, and then on the back I did finish it off because I think they look prettier, but I also added my business card to the back. Now the rest of these these are the tags that I created for a swap on Art and Sassy, which is a new craft site for anybody who is interested. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see the tags that way. But what I did with these was pretty much like I did the tag. And the first one I kind of was my markup or makeup actually. And so I made up the first one, and I always usually try to keep the first one because I kind of learn on the first one. So what I did on these was I added, instead of the Eiffel Tower, because they didn't have enough of those, I added a metal frame which came from Stampin' Up, and it was ivory, and what I put over it was Shimmeries paint, Purell paint and also a white, kind of alternating anyway. And it just kind of, I did it here and there so it made it look kind of a little bit grungy. And then I use this little heart, and it's from Cherry Lynn. It's one of Cherry Lynn designs, and it came in 2 sizes. And then over the top of that doily, I added a heart. And then on each one of these, I also placed a different doily behind the photo. And then on the right side of each photo, I added this really pretty bling, as you can see right there. And so I made these for the swap. Oh, and then I also added ribbon to the top, because I actually, on mine, I covered up the holes for the tag, so even though it was a tag, I didn't get to put the ribbon in there. And I'm in the process of moving, so I had out just what I needed, and so the ribbon is actually kind of a gold tan, and I would have preferred a white, but it just kind of, the ribbon brought in the color of the adage ticket, and I put that adage ticket, which is from Tim Holtz. Most of them have a door, and I put one love. And then I also added to that one of the Tim Holtz pen nibs, and each one's just a tad bit different, but they're all very similar. I used the trim like I did on mine. I did add a flower to the side, since the Eiffel Tower did take up part of the first one. But I used each one of Gina's little tags. I added a different doily to the back of the photo. So that pretty much, the rest of it is the same. I really had a lot of fun creating, but I usually have fun creating no matter what I'm playing with. So anyway, I would encourage you all to check out Gina's blogs and her shop, and I will put all the information, I will link it to this video. And I'd encourage you just to play and have fun. Create and create and create. Just, you know, it's just fun to put elements on a page and create. So I encourage you all to stop by Gina. She has a lot of laser cut chipboard. The doilies are made out of cardstock, but they're just very, very delicate, very pretty. So anyway, I want to thank you for stopping by and watching, and then you guys have a very blessed day. Bye.